Okay, wanted to talk about how I'm using the Roland SP404. Of course, I'm going to use it in many different ways, but I'm using it in conjunction with um, Ableton, which is cool. I'm also using it as an, so basically, in essence, I'm using it as a drum machine. I'm using it as, it's my sampler. It's also how I run my guitar through now. One of the things I like about running the guitar through, of course, it has the amp sims in there, but it also has this the compressor, the 303, which I think sounds amazing. And if I had a real 303, I would run everything through there. My camera's broke, or not camera's broke, my holder is kind of broke. So if you see a bit of it right about there in the screen, I apologize in advance. There's nothing I can do about it right now until I buy a new one. And I'm not doing that right at this moment. So anyway, I just wanted to show that, what I'm doing. So I have my drums here. I recorded my drums in, I basically have the same drums I have on my computer in here on an SD card, and I just bring in the ones I need as I use them. So that's what I did. So you can hear them. I'm running them through the bus, right? Bus effects, the equalizer, and then through the equalizer into the 303. And then recording it into, let's see if I can just switch this up now so you can see this. Man, that was awful. Sorry, the movement is hard when your thing is broken. You're trying to figure out how you're gonna. Okay, so there it is. Zoom in a little bit more. Jeez, this thing is so messed up. I'm sorry in advance. Okay. Let's just leave it there. So I recorded in all the drums. Hit command. Then I can solo out just the drums. Simple drums. What's interesting about this way of recording is it's not gonna be, there's gonna be some little parts off, right? But that's normal. That's, a drummer's not going to be, well, maybe some drummer will be spot on perfect every time, but there's a little, you can see like how this line sits in front of the marker, somewhere behind. That's okay. That's the same thing I would do if I nudge it a little bit here, nudge it a little bit there. So I did the drums, but before I even did the drums, I came up with this piano. So I used the Contacts, Nor Pure piano, and then they have different settings, and I used the jazz setting. And I built this little melody, or chords and melody, with scalar. You can see scalar here. So here's my chords down here that I use. Then I did a melody over it. So so everything together sounds like this. And then what I did with the bass was, this is not my normal way of doing it, but I just copied the, because I didn't want it's not that I did want a real bass, I did want a real bass, but Trillion, I use Trillion, it's like a P bass and Trillion, muted, and I just wanted to follow the chords and let the chords be the strength of the song. So anyway, so there you have it. So that's what I'm trying to do, is learn. As I learn the SP404 more and more, I'll get better, and I can do patterns in it, but there's still, like, they're kind of simple right now. I have to build up to get to the point where I'm feeling like comfortable, like the SP404, like the moving through the flow of it. It is a lot more button mashing, which I actually like. It's taking me out of my element. It's easy to, of course you do that in any DAW you're in, but it's easy to sit there and try and do a song in Ableton. It really is. To put together a nice simple song in Ableton, super easy. But now putting this in between allows me to do other stuff and also the effects. The effects alone are worthy. But then if you take that, add into it the ability to drum, the ability to sample and chop stuff up and manipulate it, it's pretty spectacular. So you'll see me use it sometimes with the iPad. Sometimes I'll be using it with Ableton. I'm gonna mix it up and just, you know, explore. And as I explore, I'll share the things that I'm learning. And then hopefully, if you ever decide to use any of these tools, or I'm gonna call them instruments because that's what they really are, then yeah, you can incorporate it in your workflow. So anyway, it's a short video. Not gonna talk anymore. That's all I wanted to show. All right, and I'm off.